Mr. President.
Some may not even require a response, maybe just a smile or a nod. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, I direct my question to the chairman. I suppose the people beside you, except for the women here and behind you, are all part of the leadership of DND. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there
Mr. President.
is there any woman in this group, in the leadership group? So doon.
Lipat ka dito. Saan ba yung woman
Kasi
natin
kung
na
ganun siya
official?
ka-importante, bakit wala ho siya dyan?
Hindi, importante yan, Madam President.
Pero it's not obvious, di ba?
Lipat dito.
Action speaks louder than words. Kailangan pa pala siyang pulahin para maging part siya dyan. Kasi that means her views are not that important, that she is not necessarily right at the beck and call of the chairman, di ba?
No, the tradition, the protocol of the military establishment, Madam President, Your Honor, Mr. President, is that inaalagaan nila yung mga babae. Sa gilid talaga yan.
That is the gentleman.
Hindi nilalagay sa frontline. Hindi nilalagay sa frontline.
That is the gentlemanly answer. Pero that can be a form of discrimination because of your desire to protect, you may not be giving them the opportunities to advance in their career, to prove themselves because they're so protected in the back. Because I do not put any malice dun eh. I believe you. Kayo, kaibigan ko, you're really a gentleman. But you see my point? Yun lang naman, lago natin pahabain, no? Do the gentlemen here see my point?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will assume,
Mr. President.
tama ba, Mr. Chairman, I will assume that many are PMA graduates, so talaga naman an officer na gentleman. So you're very gentlemanly towards the women, but you need to also ensure that they are in the right place and the right time. And if decisions are made on the golf course, if the decisions are made right here behind the chair of the chairman, then they are not part of the decision-making process. Do I make my point? Huwag na natin pahabain. Do I make my point, Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Can you ask the secretary and the gentleman behind if I make my point clear?
Yes, they are bowing their heads.
Parang
Mr.
hindi
President,
eh.
Your
Ikaw
Honor.
lang ang nagbabaw eh. Wala naman ako nakikitang nagbabaw.
Agree. Agree. Agree kayo. Okay. Ano bang... in fact, we have a one-star general from... The chief nurse and the surgeon general are both one-star generals, Your Honor, Mr. President, and they are female.
And I'm happy to know that, but I will share with you the same comments I make when I talk to a governor or a mayor and I ask about gender equality and women representation in their political parties, and they say to me, ay, ito ma'am, may isa kaming babae. We're not talking about one. We're talking about serious representation. Okay? I won't belabor the point, Mr. Chairman. Alam ko naman you understand me eh. Pero can you tell me, can you at least assure me that I am also understood by the decision makers? Because after this budget, hindi ka naman kasama dyan sa daily decision making, Mr. Chairman, di ba?
Yes, Mr. President, Your Honor, you understand? You get the point? Additional information, Madam, Mr. President, Your Honor, is that right now in PMA, 25% already is not only 5% as used to be or 10%. It's already 25%
Yes.
are female. And maybe starting next year or the following year, you will see more female officers holding sensitive positions. Dahil yung mga PMA graduates na mga babae are already full colonels, and soon they will be holding command positions like brigade commander, battalion. We have battalion commanders who are female, Mr. President, Your Honor.
And I appreciate that background because it starts there, no?
Malapit na, malapit na.
Even if you had wanted to, kung wala naman tayong na training in the last 20, 30 years, then ngayon pala. So I really understand that. And I'd like you to know that I don't know how many years ago it was, but when my daughters were still playing with the UP women's football team, I brought them to PMA to play with the football team because that is my effort in fostering peace at a younger age. Imagine ngayon pa lang magkakaibigan na yung mga taga-UP at saka PMA, nagpalitan pa ng phone number. Di ko naman alam kung ano ng continuation ng kwento, but I was able to bring them there 2 times. No? So I'm happy with that. I just want to share, I may seem, well, I am passionate about it. Di naman ako galit. It's just really my passion. I had the opportunity to study in the Asia Pacific Center for Security Studies. There are some people nodding. Siguro nag-graduate din kayo dyan. And I was dalawa lang kaming female out of 38. Yung isa kong kasama was a lesbian who I guess identified as male. So technically, I was the only female. So naiintindihan ko yon na it used to be a man's world, but it's the world where we know that we will do better if women have equal representation. Okay? So alam ko yan, naiintindihan ko yon. I just want you to make an effort no, to reach that. And with the background you gave me, Mr. Chairman, I'm quite confident. And i-clarify ko na yung aking prop, sandali. I always carry this to be sure. Wala ako sa mic. To emphasize my point, that is SDG 5, no? And Target 5.5 states that we ensure women's full and effective participation and equal opportunity for leadership at all levels of decision-making in political, economic, and public life. Kaya, although it was just a, what do you call this? I just used it to illustrate my point. Women have to be part of the discussions, whether it's in the golf course, whether it's over a bag of chips and late nights. They have to be part of the decision-making process. And of course, that is in our Magna Carta of Women. I won't lecture you anymore, you know that. So that's my first point on women, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, if I may,
of course.
If I may, Your Honor, Mr. President, you need not remind us because in every household of these officers, of
There
the
is a
armed forces of the
Nancy.
Philippines,
There is a sis Nancy in their homes like yours.
in every home, the Speaker of the House is always the female. So, rest assured that in every discussion, it is being monopolized by women. We just listen. We just listen to the women in our house.
And I know that's true because I've seen you act that way. But I just want to remind, that wasn't a joke. I just wanted to remind everyone though that should also be replicated in the workplace.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So anyway, let me move on to my second point. Very quick points to. Humaba lang dahil yung sagot nyo medyo malayo. Nandun yung sagot nyo. Wala dyan, no? Kaya kayo ang nagpahaba, hindi ako. Second is SDG number 3, good health. I just like to join the chairman and the minority floor leader in the concern for the health and well-being of both the veterans and those in service. I chair the budget of the Committee on Health. Our chairman is Senator Bong. But I'm very passionate about it. If there's something I can also assist with in terms of the budget, whatever, please let me know. I work very closely with DOH. That's just a manifestation. And the third is a very interesting point, my very last point. And this is, give me a second. This is about the K9 unit. So I'm referring to just the Philippine Army, but I suppose the other, what do you call it? The other
Well, almost
branches also
every
have,
branch
no?
of service have K9 units,
Yeah.
Mr.
So let me just
Madam
read this for the record for those who don't understand kasi kayo naman alam nyo to. The Philippine Army K9 Battalion has numerous working dogs deployed in various field units nationwide for combat tracking and explosive detection. They are also used extensively as scout dogs. I know that you have a partnership with Hound Haven. I don't know if anyone here is familiar. I work with them. They rescue dogs, particularly retired dogs from the military. And mga creations din ng Diyos to. So I just want to be sure that you are also taking care of them. Imagine they saved us from bombs. They save us from terrorists. Tapos I will see pictures na napabayaan, malnourished na, mamamatay ng wala nang nagmamahal. Nakakaiyak. Kasi ano din yan, alagad din ng Diyos yan. So I want to be sure na binabudgetan nyo din. I won't go into it. On the side na lang, ma-report na lang sa atin, ha? Because nakakaawa when I see these stories.
Yes, Mr. President, Your Honor, actually, the subsistence allowance of a canine unit, when you say canine, isang aso, ay mas mataas pa kaysa subsistence allowance ng sundalo.
Wag
Kung yung
naman.
sundalo ay kumakain lang ng bulad at ginamos, yung aso po ay kumakain ng imported na dog food. Kaya that's how they take care of their canine units.
I'm happy to hear na alaga siya, pero I'm not happy to hear the comparison kasi syempre hindi ko naman ho ikinatutuwa yun na marinig na parang ang effect nun is kulang naman tayo sa alaga sa mga sundalo natin. Wag naman. I mean, I know your point was to say na alaga sila, pero I'm not happy to hear na parang mas alaga sila. Wag naman kasi syempre, tao muna pa rin naman.
That's normal, Mr. President, Your Honor, because mas mahal talaga yung pagkain ng aso kumpara
Mahal
sa
naman ang
pagkain
pagkain.
ng
Totoo yan.
sundalo.
Totoo yun.
Opo.
Bumili ho ako ng dilis. Nung namasyal ho ako saan ba ako namasyal? Basta imported yun, dilis. Yung sa tao, kalahati ng presyo nung para sa aso, pero pareho siyang dilis. Kasi ang assumption is aalagaan. But my point here, Mr. President, is not yung in-service. Kasi napapalapit yan sa nag-aalaga, di ba? Alagang-alaga yan. I'm sure nag-aabono pa. Pag-retire, dun ho yata napapabayaan. So, yung nabanggit ko, ang Hound Haven, they rescue dogs and they take in the retired dogs. But I just want to be sure na kung kailangan din silang budgetan, kahit papano, budgetan natin kasi nagkakasakit din yan, tumatanda rin. So, yun lang naman. Di ko napapahabain. Yun lang yung point ko, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. That's it. Thank you very much.
We'll take it po, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honors. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, next to interpolate is our distinguished